I've got a candle next to me to look professional. Oh,
They
we've
probably think
been,
you look
huh?
lame. They probably think you look lame.
There's nothing lame about me.
Except for the fact that you're a dude with a candle beside you.
Every dude needs a candle.
Not
Every
this
single
dude.
dude.
Not this dude.
Well, sometimes I
Maybe
wonder.
every little girly dude.
Every little girly dude.
Yeah,
What
you.
girly dudes do you know that have candles? No,
You.
no, no, shut up. I do not own candles per se. I just have them. I don't buy them.
Huh.
Like
Yeah.
they get bought for
Do
me.
you light them?
I tend to
Uh-huh.
use I like using
Hmm.
lighters though. That's just for fun.
That's arson. That's weird. Hello and welcome. My name is Wyatt from the FootForTalk Footballing Podcast, and this is my co-host, executive producer, manager, assistant, friend thing, Alec. And today we're going to be talking about all things Premier League and a little bit outside into Europe, but mainly the Premier League. If you want to go ahead and introduce yourself to the people.
Yeah, so welcome back. Another episode, next episode. This podcast, I guess. My name is Alec, and we're excited to jump into it with you guys today.
Yeah, we got a couple good things to cover. I guess the first one would be probably the most intriguing one to me,
Yeah.
which is what happened with Liverpool and United this weekend in the FA Cup. Pretty big game. A lot of people say this is like, you know, not say, it definitely is Klopp's send-off season. So, a lot of his team was really wanting to win this for him. And sadly, they were knocked out by Manchester United over the weekend. What are your
Yeah.
thoughts?
That was a great game, though. To be honest,
Great game.
I enjoyed it. I didn't expect the winner to come from Diallo. I didn't expect really anything to come from that United team. I saw a bunch of things put out on social media where it was, oh my gosh, Ten Hag beat Liverpool, beat Klopp with playing Maguire as a nine. I thought that was, I don't know if that's true or not.
Yeah, and
I don't
Bruno
remember seeing
Fernandes,
that.
center back.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing that. I'm sure it did happen, but um, that's just wild to me. Like using Klopp or using Maguire
I'll
as a
be
nine.
honest. Did you know who Diallo was that his name?
Diallo. Yeah, I
Diallo.
knew him from
Yeah. See,
FIFA.
from
I've
FIFA.
only known EAFC now, but I've only known him from
Yeah.
FIFA or EA whatever it's called. I've only known him from there.
Yeah. What a thunderous way to make your presence known, though.
Yeah, really though. And honestly though,
Score a
I don't
game
think he
winner.
should have scored it. Like it was a good goal and everything. It dinks in. But if
I
you
mean,
have
poor
Allison
Harvey
there,
Elliott. Poor Harvey Elliott.
yeah,
He was just out the other end. Probably got to him. He
yeah,
was thinking too much about the game, and then just got the ball stripped from his feet.
yeah. It
And
was
so there's nothing you
unfortunate.
can really do about that. So he gets in there, and everybody's probably gassed at 120 minutes.
Yeah, true. I mean, it was a longer extra time. I didn't know that. I I didn't know FA was doing like the extra time in 15-minute increments. I thought they would be going from one to, you know how it goes to 90, and then from 90 it goes to 105, and then from 105 it goes to 120.
Hmm.
They were doing it like it started over at zero and it went to 15 and to 30. So I'm watching it, I'm like, wait, what minute are we actually in? And
Yeah,
so I really didn't know. And then he
yeah.
scored it, and then crazy. But honestly, if Allison's there, I think he saves that. It was kind of weak. It was, I don't know. I don't want to take anything away from him, and I don't want to take anything away from. I think his name's Keller, the goalkeeper, who really is.
Yeah,
He can be a
Keller.
stud at times. So I think it's just the
I mean,
moment.
yeah, I think he's deputized well in Allison's absence.
Yeah,
Obviously, he has, like, you can see it with all the results he's had previously. It's just an unlucky thing. Liverpool should have tried to have a firmer grasp on that game. I'm not going to say throw it away. I don't think any team throws away a
yeah,
game, but they should have worked a little bit harder to extend their leads, and
right.
that's what happens when you fool around against a counter-attacking club.
Yeah,
United, they're not really. known for anything anymore. But if they do have one thing still, it's the fact that they can put on a counter at a moment's notice.
Right. Yeah, true. And
And
I appreciate that though. I think that's great football in the end.
yeah, I think it's fun. You rely on what you're good at. Like you know that you suck everywhere,
Yeah.
so you have to make the use of quick thinking. They got a lot of players that are really quick
Yeah.
on their team, so they like to make use of that in Garnacho, and then obviously Hoyland now,
Yeah.
Anthony who scored first or second goal of the campaign.
Yeah. Yes, they're
Uh,
second. What did you make of Diallo's the mental mistake of taking off the shirt, not realizing he already had a previous yellow, and then he gets sent off because of it?
I mean, what else do you say? Amateur hour, like
Yeah.
obviously.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's all it is. I'm sure he was excited.
Yeah.
He gets the yellow, and he's like, "Oh, crud, forgot." I don't
Yeah.
think you just forget. That doesn't sound great to say that you forgot you were on a yellow.
Right. Yeah, I
So I
can't say
mean,
that. I mean, it's happened, but it's happened by people who you don't know anymore. You know what I mean? Unless I'm
yeah.
forgetting somebody. But
No, I just don't think it. I don't think it was very. Obviously, like it sounds like I'm really trying to rag on it, but
yeah, I know what you mean.
it was a huge heat of the moment sort of thing. It was a really special moment for him, obviously, as he scored the winner for the game.
Yeah.
But he had 10 million other celebrations to pick from. He didn't have to rip off the shirt.
Right.
A lot. It's iconic every time it happens. Every time the shirt comes off, the player knows they're getting a card for it.
Yeah.
So you, you can't do that and expect not to get a card. That's what happens when you take your shirt off. But it's
Right.
such an iconic celebration because it's such a big deal when it does happen. Because like I said, they know they're getting the yellow card and they just accept that. And
True.
so it's usually a pretty cool celebration. But you got to have the professionalism to realize you're already on a yellow that you can freak out and do a flip or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
Like
no,
it
true.
didn't have to be taken off the shirt.
Right. I just, I get it. Youngster just had a big moment, but gotta think of it there because not only are you putting your team in a bad spot, you're now down 10 men in an FA Cup where the game matters. It matters so much because what else do you have to going for you this year?
Yeah, they don't have anything else in the rest of their season. I
Right.
mean, thank goodness that was at the last minute of the game.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, so I mean, like they're probably scrambling once that happened. That's when they threw Bruno Fernandez back, and
Right.
I don't even know. I think he'll understand this forever now, though.
Yeah,
After getting
true.
that red, he'll remember that moment forever. And maybe take a
True.
little more note of the fact that he's on a yellow next time.
Very true. It's something that he won't forget, and I'm sure him and Ten Hag talked about it because Ten Hag, he's big on discipline and those sort of things. Just ask Ronaldo
Hmm.
and all those guys. I just feel like, gosh, if I'm Ten Hag, I'm pretty satisfied though. Despite the red, obviously you handle that separately, but I'm pretty
Hmm.
satisfied with. Obviously, you're not satisfied with the 3 goals, and you give up three bad. Well, I wouldn't say bad, but you give up 3 goals, and now you're
Yeah,
staring
no one
at.
wants to give up a goal.
Yeah, and now you're staring at a 4-3 victory where honestly every team, every person, every supporter, not every supporter, but most supporters are just so down on you this year saying this team shows no fight, this team shows no energy, this team is just shite and they show nothing. But then you go up against Liverpool who's having a pretty stellar year in the league and you come back and beat them 4-3 with goals from Anthony and a youngster that is coming through the ranks, I guess you could say now. But
Yeah.
you're pretty
I mean,
happy
he
with that.
definitely just wasn't on my radar any time
Yeah.
before that. So I would say coming through the ranks is an understatement. Flying through him is more like it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really similar situation with that Kobe Mainu kid. He's got called up to the England squad, so he's going to be playing
Yeah.
for 3 Lions in the Euros.
Yeah.
Now, I just want to know what you thought. I don't know how to word this again because it sounds like I'm being a jerk and
Mm-hmm.
not giving him any credit.
Yeah.
But I'm looking at talents like their goal scorer. Dude, what is his name again? Adley
Diallo.
Diallo. See, like
Yeah.
I don't even know their name, but you got
Yeah.
Diallo and Kobe Mainu.
Yeah.
coming up, Kobe Mainu called to the English squad. Now people want Diallo to, to have more regular playing time.
Hmm.
Like, do you think they're of that quality?
I don't know about. I mean, if you're an Arsenal fan or a Liverpool fan or any of the rivals fans, you say, and you're English, you're like, Kobe, really? Of all of the players? Like, I saw someone say Sar from Tottenham is 10 times the player Kobe Mino is. And to be fair, that's a fair point. But here's what I will say, being 18 years old and getting called up, like you said, you don't want to be a jerk. So kudos to the kid. That's an exciting moment. But
Hmm.
I just feel like if it weren't a friendly, obviously he's not getting called up.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know, maybe it's a strategic thing where, okay, let's see what this kid can actually do. Let's see what he has. Maybe, I don't know if, I think they get 2 games at the international break. I don't pay attention to the international breaks like you, and I
Hmm.
don't pay attention to them. So maybe 1 or 2. But you give him a game, you give him 30 minutes, you can give him 15. But like, I don't know. He's had a good stretch the last couple of games. He's made some errors and some, it showed where he needs to grow a little bit, but no, if I'm Southgate, I'm looking at it, I'm like, man, I've got to try. I've got different players to try out here who are
Well,
more
Southgate's also
experienced.
picking Henderson, so he obviously
Did he
doesn't
pick
know what's
him?
going on anymore.
Did he? Okay, I didn't know he
Yeah,
picked Henderson.
he's, I don't know if he did for this international
Oh,
break,
okay,
but
but I see what you're saying. He has before though,
he's picked
like
Henderson over like other
consistently.
talents.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's like, again, you don't want to rag on them because obviously they've made it, but Jordan
Hmm.
Henderson compared to a lot of these other guys, like, come on. And I'm no, and I'm not English, and I don't watch English games, but I hear the same complaints from English fans. So I know that they can agree with us and we can agree with them that you have so much talent that's performing at other clubs.
Yeah.
Like, what?
That's just something I thought of during the games. It's like these are, players that are having breakout seasons, but Manu and him, I've never heard of before.
Yeah,
Again, no disrespect,
right.
just truth. I've never heard of them. And they're coming on for a club that's huge like United. And
Yeah,
you just think if they weren't, having such injury problems, they, didn't make great use of their money. I'm not a big fan of Anthony. I think he has a lot of negative play, so that's why I was surprised to see the goal come from him over the weekend.
right.
I think he does a lot of looking back, when he's in those open wing spaces. I don't think he makes use of his space very well. I was really a fan of them when he first came there because he had this air of confidence about him. He did a lot of stupid skill moves, but
Yeah,
sometimes they confused him, I guess. Like, I don't really know, but I thought he had a lot of positivity about him. And I thought that was something that United really could have used because all the players at that time, like Fred, like McTominay,
yeah,
like Rashford,
yeah,
literally that entire team was all so negative all the time
right.
in their play. And he brought a breath of fresh air and positivity. But United, the graveyard that it is, killed that positivity within a season.
Yeah,
And now he's, always looking over his shoulder, looking back. He's not sure of himself when he makes these forward runs. I, I, I'm hope he gets back to the player he was when he showed up because I think he does have a lot of quality, but I just don't see it now.
yeah. You're talking about Manu, right? Kobe Manu.
No, 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 Anthony when he first
Anthony,
came in.
yeah, yeah, Anthony. Yeah, when
Yeah.
he first came in, you could see little things. Now maybe you can see some more, but I don't think he's had a very good season this year at all. Like, it's not been anywhere near the performance they need out of a winger at Manchester United. Like,
Hmm.
for
Yeah, he's
one,
just
just on a
not at that
consistent
level.
basis. Yeah, he's just not like the big thing when you think of United is going through their history. You think of consistency. None of their players, honestly, to me, this like from goalkeeper to Hoyland, there's been no consistency this year. This is a 4-3
Yeah.
win against Liverpool. I'm willing to bet money that the next league match they have, they'll probably drop points. So it's
Oh, yeah,
just
I wouldn't be
inconsistent.
surprised.
It's just really inconsistent. But yeah. Oh, and
If you want to,
Jordan Henderson did get called up for this.
I thought I was about half sure he did, but
Yeah.
I didn't want to say anything, make myself look like an idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a surprising call up for me.
Hmm.
Just
Yeah, I don't know.
whatever though. Whatever. You can't say anything. Southgate's been questioned for years, and how that man still has a job after all the people hating on him. It eludes me, but
Yeah, I don't understand it. Like it was a bad World Cup. It was just a bad World Cup. Like
mhm.
I don't know, but
Yeah, how he's still managing England eludes me. But this
yeah,
is neither here nor that.
right.
We're going on to what eludes me in management as well. Pochettino is still
Oh
at Chelsea doing what? I don't know.
yeah, yeah. Sitting
I
down.
don't know. That Chelsea squad is that's not great. Do you think he keeps his job?
I've seen reports where if he wins the FA Cup, he'll keep his job for sure. I just think it'd
What do you
be
think the chances of him winning the FA
oh
Cup
gosh,
are?
I mean the draw for the FA Cup. I know we just got done talking about it, but is him and City, and that doesn't look good. Like that doesn't look good at all. His
Hmm.
best guess, his best bet is that City tire out so much by the time that they play, because that game is on April 20th, and City play Real Madrid on April 9th. So they're
Hmm.
their only hope is, hey, City get banged up a little bit, maybe they're tired. I just don't see a route for him to find victory unless it's penalties. But even then, I don't know.
I mean, they've held City to draws this season,
Yeah,
annoyingly enough for me, but
right.
good
Yeah,
on
yeah,
good on Chelsea. But they haven't shown those results literally anywhere else, which is also something that really annoyed me, is
yeah.
that they haven't shown any level of quality play except when they play against City, who obviously I support and want to win.
Right. Yeah,
But Chelsea aren't great. Some of their best players include Cole Palmer, who's a former City guy. I love Cole Palmer.
yeah.
Uh, I think Nkunku's really good, but he's just I don't know what his deal is.
Hmm.
They've been so hesitant to get him on for a lot of time after he's come back from injury,
Yeah.
and they're trusting Jackson, who I think is a good deputy striker. Like I think he'd be good to come on
Oh yeah.
the dying embers of a game to maybe put away a few chances or create an annoyance at the bare minimum.
Right.
But he has not been a class player. I don't think so.
No. He had a good
Obviously,
preseason, but
yeah, fine preseason. Players like Endo and Moises Caicedo, they show little bits here and there of why they were signed. No reason why they were signed for over 100 million each.
right.
But I don't see that Chelsea team. I don't see them going through. I don't see him keeping his job. I don't
Yeah.
think Pochball is really working there, honestly.
No. I mean, the
I
most you
don't
can
think they know.
say is just, hey, they made it to the semifinal, and that could be even enough to keep his job.
I mean, yeah, it's just wild that a team goes from winning the Champions League one season to just glad to be in the FA Cup. Uh,
Yeah, and that's
so
why I think
nice.
they let go of Tuchel too soon. Like it was just so early to let him go. And obviously, you can backtrack and say, well, in hindsight, it was the right decision because of how he's doing at Bayern. But that's Bayern.
Hmm.
That's not the team he built at Chelsea. And like, I don't know, that Champions League run that they had, honestly, way better than any team I saw perform that year. That Champions League run was incredible. Every player was putting in top performances from Pulisic to name anybody. And you look at that squad now, half of them are just gone, if not most. Like
Hmm.
they're just gone. It was a complete debacle after winning the Champions League of all competitions to win and then fall into, because you look at Madrid, how many times did they win the Champions League and not fall apart? They still
Hmm.
haven't fallen apart. So
Yeah, yeah. And if you wanna talk about that, we got great games coming up for the Champions League.
oh yeah,
Going through
tremendous,
them,
yeah.
going through them. We got obviously for the third year in a row. Annoyingly enough, my team
Yeah.
Manchester City is playing Real Madrid. Oh man, City haven't been on their A game this year. They've been on like their B plus game. They've been
Yeah.
good, but sometimes a little worrying, at least on my end, I think.
Yeah.
Uh, so that's probably the most rough matchup that they could have. Would definitely be them.
Yeah.
And then something I thought was funny was Arsenal are getting Bayern for their first big Champions League stage game.
Yeah.
I see a lot of people were talking before. I see a lot of Arsenal fans talking, saying, "Give me Bayern." I don't know where
Oh
the
wow.
audacity is
Oh wow. It's
coming
because
from
they beat
there.
Porto. Now they think you beat a
I mean,
Jose Mourinho-less Porto. Okay, you didn't beat prime Porto. You beat Porto. You beat a good Porto team. I don't know where the arrogance comes from to say that.
yeah, give me Bayern. That's an intriguing statement. I think it's no surprise that currently Bayern aren't performing the best.
Yeah.
And that's definitely not just because Javi's Leverkusen are overperforming. I think they are underperforming.
Yeah.
But on recent form, if you look at it, they've been proving that they're a lot better than they've played in the last couple months.
That's
Harry
true.
Kane's just putting them on their back half the time and just netting as much as he can.
Yeah.
So, that's going to be a good game. Obviously, City Real Madrid's going to be a good game. You got a snooze fest in Dortmund and Atletico.
Mm.
You
You're
know,
really not
no,
excited for that one?
I mean, I say snooze fest because I don't like either of their style of football. Obviously
Yeah.
Simeone is just
Yeah.
rough, try to win
Yeah.
like through any means possible. He's ready
Oh
to
yeah,
like
totally.
put someone in the ground half the time to win a game. And then
That's
of
true.
course Dortmund haven't really like found the style of play that they really want to. Sometimes they're counterattacking, sometimes they try to possess a little bit and then they get the ball ripped from them.
Yeah.
So, that's not going to be the greatest game to watch, but it'll surely be interesting. And then of course PSG and Barcelona is the final
Yeah.
draw.
I mean, PSG and Barcelona is going to be a fun one to watch. I can't
Oh yeah,
wait to
great
watch
game.
that. Absolutely cannot wait to watch that. That I mean, and City Madrid. I love the fact that it's a rematch because a few years ago, what Madrid take out City in the epic comeback, then City get
Hmm.
revenge, and now it's like a third. It's basically a UFC fight. This is basically McGregor Diaz that we never got, and I'm excited for it. I'm really excited
Yeah,
for that.
yeah. They always play great games against each other.
Oh yeah,
The
it's like the
past two
best
times have
football.
just been super one-sided. Like
Yeah,
the first year they had the comeback thrashing of City. Like I'm
yeah.
not afraid to say that City were absolutely torn apart. And then the year after that, though, I think City had one of the most dominant displays they've ever shown
Oh, they'll never
against.
forget Bernardo Silva.
Yeah,
That was
yeah, they had one of the
amazing.
most dominant plays I've ever seen against, Real Madrid, the kings of the competition.
Yeah.
So that one was really fun to watch. As for what's going to happen this year, Real Madrid, Bellingham's carrying a lot of weight for them. So,
Hmm.
if we're going to I hope we try to isolate that a little bit.
Yeah.
As for anyone else in there, I'd be super concerned about. Obviously, Vinicius and Rodrigo are
Hmm.
both big problems. They're strong defensively. Sadly, Courtois got another injury, picked up another injury.
Yeah.
So, he's not in contest for that game, but obviously it's going to be a good game.
Yeah. I think it'll be both their styles of play honestly just fit how I like to watch football, and yeah, I'm really excited for that one. Really excited for that one. Really excited for um, PSG Barcelona. I just think, honestly though, thoughts on Xavi because ever since he announced that he's leaving, it's been like nonstop winning. It's been like every single freaking game is like they're finding
Hmm.
success. And I missed what was it? Their last game against Atletico.
Hmm.
Um, oh gosh, I can't remember who won that one.
Well,
Oh,
I'm
it was
not
nil
sure. I
nil.
don't watch
Oh no, it was
too much
three
La
nil.
Liga.
Yeah, Joao Felix, Lewandowski, and Lopez scored 3-0. I mean, that was a stellar performance against Diego Simeone. So honestly, does this mean he keeps his job? Like, does he have to backtrack his statement now? Or are they like, you know what? Eh.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know, honestly. I thought the same thing where the chances Javi comes out and he is like the Wolf of Wall Street scene that he did, like I'm staying.
Yeah.
Uh, I don't know.
Yeah.
He seemed pretty set, but of course they were in pretty rough spirits,
Hmm.
so that probably didn't help that he was so set on the fact that he was ready to leave and let someone else take over. Because it definitely did come from a point of I felt that Barcelona would back him if he decided to stay.
Right.
But obviously, he loves the club and wants to succeed, and he knew that, it wasn't succeeding under him.
Right.
And like you said, all now they've kept on winning. So I don't know if he stays or not at this point. Do I hope he stays? Kinda. I always
Yeah.
liked him as a player.
Yeah.
I didn't think he did bad as a manager. He had a rough hand with some injuries, and now he's a graduate. So
He had a what?
they had that uh some injuries
Oh yeah.
the squad picked up.
Yeah.
And now they got a lot of La Masia graduate, the Lamine Yamal kid.
Yeah. Yeah, he's
So
going to be something for the future.
hmm
I think people really need to watch out for him. I just think, here's what I will say though. You look at the future squad that Real Madrid potentially has versus the Barcelona current squad. Honestly, Real Madrid are making such great improvements compared to it. Mbappe is like on the verge of going there. And again, my opinion of Mbappe, and it'll always be until I see a change, is his ego is way too hot, and I just see it hurting his career more than helping in the latter part of his career. Here's what
hmm
I will say though. I mean, with Chouamini, Camavinga, Jude Bellingham, who I didn't expect Jude Bellingham to have the season he's having, totally caught me off guard. And now it's like, man, this guy could win a Ballon d'Or within 3, 4, 5 years because of how well he's playing. And obviously, there's talks of, well, if Mbappe doesn't work out, there's always Holland. So it's like
hmm
pick pick your favorite. Like, do you want the orange or the apple? It's like for me, there's no. I'll take either. So I don't
Yeah,
know.
I think Madrid are looking good for the future. Barcelona, they're trying to find their way. So whether
Yeah,
Javi stays or not, I'm, obviously not sure on that. It's only up to him to decide. And like I say,
yeah,
he did seem pretty set at that press conference that he was ready to leave. But again, it's because they were losing, and he wants Barcelona to win. So if
yeah.
he thinks he's the problem, he's obviously not going to stay with them.
Right.
Now that he may not be the problem, he, might end up staying with them. So I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think he'll leave. I mean, obviously he'll leave. I don't see anybody changing their minds now that it's out there that he's leaving. But it's like you have two managers who both said that they're going to leave, and both of them are still in the Champions League. And if either one of them win the Champions League, it's like, man, I have to leave after I just won the Champions League with this club. It would suck more for Tuchel because that's two clubs in a row that he's won the Champions League with.
hmm
So I don't want to see that. Like, if you're a Bayern fan, you want to win. You want to see it happen, and obviously for the tradition, I wouldn't mind Bayern winning it. But then it's like now Tuchel has to say bye to another club that he's already won a Champions League with. It just, it's an unfair career for him.
And I think the most intriguing thing is the fact that where do either of them go at that point?
Yeah. Yeah,
I
true.
I I I don't see a spot for either of them anywhere right now
I
in like
think
a top club.
I
I
think
think
huh?
Chelsea job about it.
What about Liverpool? Do you think Tuchel could follow in Klopp's footsteps and go back to the
No,
Premier League but to Liverpool?
no, I don't see them. I don't see them picking up Tuchel at all.
Hmm.
I see that they must have looked around at what
Yeah.
he's done in the Premier League, and he's done fine.
Yeah.
I don't think they pick up Pochball. I don't think they do Tuchel. Obviously, I don't think they'll do Xavi. Uh, Xabi Alonso, of course, was a big talking point for people, but I doubt that happens. I think he's pretty interested and keen on, uh, working with Leverkusen. Obviously, they're doing phenomenal.
Yeah. That's true. I
So,
mean, Alonso is going to be a big name after this year. A huge name.
mhm.
He'll definitely interview, but honestly, there's a chance he may stay with Leverkusen. There's always that
That's what I
chance.
think. I think he's built up a squad of players. A lot of players trust him. Like I think,
Yeah,
he's done good. Maybe he'll want to try his hand at Champions League football with that team.
right.
Uh, because they haven't like struggled really. Of course they
No,
had a really late comeback win recently, but they haven't like been struggling in any match that they've played. It's been very calm, smooth seas. So
yeah, and the little adversity that they have been tasked with, they've come out on the other end of it, which is so important for one to see, but also amazing to see if you're a Leverkusen fan and you're wanting to see if you're a fan of a club who's in need for a manager next year, like the possible Chelsea or Liverpool. If you're looking at Xavi Alonso and you're like, well, I don't know because we don't know enough. Well, he has been tasked with a little bit of adversity, like when they had to come back, and he's done it. He's been able to make key adjustments, key substitute, whatever it is. You can really dive into it if you're a fan of that club. But he has been faced with a little bit of adversity, and he come out on the other end of it. So if you're evaluating him, you have to think of that. It can't just be, well, he's he's really unproven. This level they're having kind of a miracle year when really, it's a little bit of adversity is coming out the other end of it, and so it wouldn't be if I'm a fan of, let's say, Liverpool or possibly Chelsea, who'll be looking for a new manager, and I bring in Javi Alonso. I'm more optimistic than I am pessimistic of that.
yeah, I think you're looking at it as a total win.
Yeah. Compared to what you could get. Like if you're Liverpool and you get Javi Alonso, that's fresh. You don't know what he's going to
Hmm.
do. It's kind of like well, I guess I can't make that comparison. I was going to say like Unai Emery because you don't know what he's going to do, but Unai Emery was with, but you just don't know what he's going to do. And I think there's a freshness to that that's pretty exciting. But if you bring Tuchel in, it's okay. He won it with Chelsea, had some success, but we kind of know what he's about, and we're not excited for that.
Yeah. So overall, I think the league wrapped up pretty intriguingly. It's going to be fun.
Oh yeah,
Champions League coming up. Obviously, we're on international break.
yeah,
That's something I'm not super excited for, but
no. Like a lot of people are down on the Nations League. Like this tournament is not important at all. Well, for one, it's still a trophy, and you can use it to try out new players and put them in a trophy situation of this game matters. So I like that aspect of it. I want to see more trophies for the international competition. Like I want these friendlies to be like, okay, two games. If you win both, um, something happened. I don't know. I don't. It'd have to be a more well thought out design, but I want to see something
yeah,
more meaningful. Like you can still call them friendlies, but there should be something to it. Like I want to watch that. Otherwise, man, just get me back to the league stuff. I want to see competition.
yeah. I'm in the same boat. We like it when the stakes are high around here.
Yeah, the standards are high. Not like the
Standards
U.S.
high, stakes are high.
Yeah,
So,
but
you know, I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in to this episode of our podcast. I think we talked about a lot of interesting stuff. I think this weekend was just really fun to watch. Unlike a lot of, you know, subsequent weekends, a lot of controversy happened this weekend. Controversy may not be the right word, but a lot of intriguing stuff happened. You got
yeah,
some wins coming from places you wouldn't expect. And here's to another good week of football. We're hoping that, maybe international break can bring something slightly intriguing to me at the bare minimum.
yeah, truth to
And
that.
if you don't have anything else to say, I think we can wrap it up about there.
Yeah, no, thank you guys for watching. Like our host Wyatt said, and hope you guys enjoy the discussion. Get in the comments. Let us know what you think. Let us know what we can do better at.
Follow the socials
Yeah, follow the
down in the
socials.
comments.
Yeah, they'll be linked. Help us out, and again, building a community. So talk with us. Let us know what you guys think
Mhm.
as well.
Stay tuned for the next episode, and we'll see you guys all next time. Bye.
Hey guys, thanks for watching this episode. Hope you really enjoyed it. Get in the comments. Let us know what you guys think. I just want to take this moment after the video to thank our what's the word I'm looking for? Sponsors. I want to thank our sponsors, the ones that we don't have. Thank you guys for sponsoring us at some point in the near future. And if you guys subscribe, we'll get to tell you about those cool things. So you can buy them, give them money, and they'll give us money. You have no idea how long it took me to do this after a video that we recorded for 30 some minutes. Thank you guys. Get in the comments. Let us know what you think. And what are you still doing here? It's over for anyone who watched. Thank you.